off the damage to electrical components.
All these connections are very important. This is what runs the whole car.
With used cars in high demand, dealers like John Heister are taking precautions to make sure that they don't get stuck selling a flood car.
We look for things like rust on the rotors and in bolts and undercarriage. Other than that, certainly we're going to rely heavily on AutoCheck or Carfax.
The Carfax report should include any insurance claims due to flooding, and a used car total for flood damage should say that on a title. Easter says if anyone tries to slip a flood car through to a dealer via the automobile auction, they will face difficulties.
So the auction's going to check, DMV is going to check, and certainly we're going to check.
Now, the best way to avoid a flood car is to buy from a reputable dealer, one whose license is on the line. Also, avoid third-party sales and do your research. Check to see if the vehicle you're interested in originated in an area which is hit by hurricane flooding, especially if it has a suspiciously low price. Also, check on what kind of repairs were made prior to its sale. Working for you, I'm consumer investigator Steve Sprish.
A lot of great information there, Steve. Thank you.
And major automakers say that the global chip shortage that Steve was just talking about.
But the thing I want to say about that is you can like I said, you can look for that stuff. That's true. And like I said, the main concern is the wiring, because I know I've seen a man up in Canada at Davis Farm. He's sunken the cars in the water. All he had to do was pull it back out, get the water out of the oil, and put regular oil back in it, and it fires right back up 95% of the time. So in this age, with these newer cars, these computer chips you can't run, you have to depend on. So therefore, you gotta depend on older cars, like Black Knight. They're not explore with over 40,000 miles on it to survive, because usually nowadays older cars are better than newer ones. So that's probably your best direction to go. No chips to worry about, stuff like that. Even that Mercedes is kind of similar to the one I resurrected a couple months ago. But yeah, basically all you need to do, and when you get one of those cars, the main thing is make sure it runs and dries. Drain the fluids out of it, transmission fluid and the oil, because it's going to have more water than the oil and transmission fluid and all that. Put fresh fluid back in it, and then check to make sure that it's not a hydrolock, so you take all the plugs out, and then spin the motor over to get all the water out of the system. Of course, change the air filter, put the plugs back in, or put new plugs back in, and probably new wires too. It should start up and run great, and you'll be good to go. So that's the way you got to do it, because like I said, it's hard out with these new cars, and you got to go with the old school stuff. So you just got to spend a lot of money on the old stuff, because you will be spending it on new stuff, but you can't buy the new stuff. So back to this thing, like this car, she's putting a lot of money into this, but then again, you can't really buy anything new because the chips and stuff aren't available for them. So you got to go back and depend on what you already have. So other guys, don't get rid of what you already got. So that's just my opinion on it.